Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you are highly welcome. So this is a quick tutorial on how to make this A-line dress for kids. It's a very beautiful dress with rounded Aso Oke patches. For this tutorial, we'll be using a check material, a 1-yard check material, alongside with your lining, your Aso Oke, your bias, and then your zip. So if this is something you are interested in, please watch till the end. So I've folded my fabric. I'll be using a pink check material. I've folded my fabric into two. Then I'll be marking out the width that I'll be using. I'll be using 10 inches width plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. That'll be 11, which is perfect. Then also mark out my starting line. After then, I'm going to be marking out the length of the dress, which is 20 inches. I'm going to mark that across the fabric. So the next thing is to come to the starting line. I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement. The shoulder is 8.5 divided by 2. That gives me 4.25 inches. So for the neck width, I'll be using 2.5 inches, and for the neck depth, I will also be using 2.5 inches. Okay. At the end of this tutorial, I will attach an image of different neck measurements for kids of different age. And for the back, I'll be using 0.75 inches. Okay, so after then, I'll connect all the points together. So the next thing now is to mark my chest line. I'll be using 4 inches for the chest line. Okay, so on the chest line, I'll also be marking out my shoulder measurement, that is 4.25 inches. I'll be marking it on the chest line. Then I'll connect it with a straight line to the starting point. Okay, and on the starting line, I'm going to be creating a shoulder slope by coming down by half an inch. Half an inch is just perfect for a child's shoulder slope, unlike us that we use 1 inch or more. After that, I'll be taking the remaining measurements and divide it by 2 to get the midpoint. Then from that midpoint, I'll come in by 0.5 inch. Then next, I'll move to the chest line. On the chest line, I'm going to mark out the bust measurement. Our bust measurement is 21 inches. So 21 inches divided by 4, that is going to be giving me 5.25. Okay, so I will have 5.25 for our chest line measurement. So I'll mark it out on the chest line, then add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Once I'm done, I'm going to be connecting the 3 points together to create my armhole. So at this point, if you want the dress to be a little bit freer, you can add 1 inch for ease. Now on my hem line, which is the full length, I'll also mark the 4.25 inches, then add an extra 5 inches and also 1 inch for allowance. So altogether, I'll be getting like 10 point something. So that's why I folded 11 inches earlier, because I already know the measurement that I wanted. So now I'll connect it straight up to the chest line to form the A-line shape. And for the side front, I'll come up by 1 inch and connect it to the center front. Just use your ruler to connect it to the center front. This is just to get rid of any pointy edge. Okay, just connect it and blend it back to the center front. So that will be all for these front bodies, but firstly I'll be cutting it as the back pattern first, because I'll be using these same bodies to cut the front and the back pattern together. So you can see that I'm cutting it as the back first. before we cut the front. So now I'll be cutting the back pattern. Okay, so I didn't have up to 1 yard for my check material, so because of that I'll be cutting one side of the back pattern first. So the first thing is to mark out my 1 inch for my zipper allowance, so you can see the space that I added at the front is for the zipper allowance. So after then I'll be placing my fabric to it to match it up, then just cut it out immediately the same way. After cutting the back pattern, I went ahead to cut the front neckline depth and also shape the armhole for the front pattern. Okay, so once I was done with that, I used the first back piece that I cut to just replicate the second side and also cut it out as well. So the reason for this, I've already said it, is because my fabric was not enough, so that's why I cut them in single piece first. But if your fabric is enough, just fold it into 2 and just cut it out. Now I have both my front and back pieces ready, and also don't forget we'll be lining this outfit. So the next thing now is to create my Asooke patches. I just used a cup from home, like from my kitchen, to get a round shape. You can use anything that is available to get your desired shape, but for me this size worked perfectly for me. You can also choose to use a bigger or smaller circle depending on your preference. So I'll be using this check as a guide to replicate it on all my Asooke pieces. Okay, so I have different Asooke design. Then we'll be using 3 of them. So we need 6 pieces of Asooke, 3 on each side, 3 at the top and 3 at the downside. So I'll be folding one Asooke into 2, place my template or my guide on it, then you just cut it out. Use exactly what you have there, just use it to cut it out the way I'm doing. So once we are done with all this, we are going to be taping Asooke with black bias. We are going to be taping them with a black bias. So I lost the clip where I did that, but I'm going to be showing you how the finished look is. So you just go ahead to your machine, then you tape each Asooke round with a black bias neatly. So once you are done, then you cut your lining exactly the way the main fabric is. Earlier when I was cutting the main fabric, my lining wasn't ready. So now you place your main fabric, then you position the Asooke patches before turning it with the lining at all. So you arrange them the way you want them to be. You move away from your seam allowance so that when you sew your seam allowance, it will not be too close to the Asooke. So you use pin to secure them in place. Then once you are done, you sew around each circle. You follow the shape carefully on that black bias. So on the black bias, you use a black thread to sew carefully on it. After that, just go ahead to turn the fabric with the lining, fix your zip, and also hold your 1 inch seam allowance. Okay, and also I didn't add the side pocket because my client's mom said she doesn't want the side pocket. So that'll be all for this simple tutorial. You can see how beautiful this look on my client, and I hope you found this helpful. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to my channel. Bye.